Okay, so let's talk about your marketing when it comes to marketing following your authority in your business. Okay, so let's start with the emotional authority. Those of you that have the emotional authority and you let your feelings decide. Here's a mantra to use every day to really hone in on this. My feelings decide. My feelings decide. My feelings decide. So remember, don't write or create any content or live streams when you're going through peaks of low. Let your emotional roller coaster ride the wave. And when you're ecstatic about something, note it down. Note that feeling. Keep those notes in your phone. That's what I like to keep a notepad. So it goes in between my phone and my computer, because you never know when you're going to use the information that's coming through. Okay, so fully enjoy the present moment and create after the high has really sunk in. Okay, so whatever you do, don't share when you are in the low, or if you're triggered by something and you want to express it, just write it down. Wait 24 hours, let the intensity of the highs and lows, sleep on it, let it pass through, and then create from that place once the emotions have cleared. And again, use that mantra, my feelings decide, my feelings decide. But wait for clarity and insight after the emotional roller coaster is done, so you can have that wisdom come through the screen, okay? Come through the collateral that you're creating for the public. The next one is that sacral authority, and that's when the gut decides. And here's your mantra. I commit my energy to projects, ideas, and only things that are that light me up. I commit my energy to only projects and ideas when I feel and experience that whole body saying yes, because it's lit up. Okay, this is your mantra. So write down your content, and when your whole body feeling yes, yeah, that's when your sacral is activated. This is when you've got to create it. Okay, so reserve that energy of the things that you want to create only when your whole body is lit up. Okay, so you can write the content in the heat of the moment. Because if you wait too long, the energy could be gone. So create it when you're all lit up, when your whole instinct is telling you that this is the perfect energy and this is the perfect moment. So timing is very important for you. And whatever you're doing, you got to prioritize to trusting that inner knowing and act immediately. Don't plan or schedule out your content. Capture it as it comes in the moment, no matter what it is. So remember, your mantra here is that you only commit to the projects that light you up, and you trust your intuition, because your intuition is always correct. Okay? The willpower authority is to let that motivation decide. Okay, so the mantra is I create only when motivated. I create only when motivated. So this is when your ego center authority is lit up, okay? You're motivated by competition, and that's when you work the best. So when you are not motivated, you need to rest. So dedicate this time to creating content, follow that scheduling content as long as you are motivated from within. So turn this into a game where you're competing with yourself. Set the timer, how many pieces you can write in this 4-hour period. Okay, so when you have this go-getter, self-motivated coming through. So the mantra is I create when motivated. Okay. The next one is the identity authority. You let the heart decide, and your mantra is my expressions are acts of service coming from a place of unconditional love. The more expressed I am, the more I can give, the more I can love. So when creating the content, if you are identity authority and you let your heart decide, you got to keep asking yourself the questions. Does this reflect what I truly stand for? Does this capture what I truly love? So it's important for you to remember that your message is an extension of yourself and your truest heart truth. Remember, splenic authority, it communicates very quietly in the now, very hunches that you don't know where they come from. They can't be explained. And for splenic authority, your mantra is, my first instinct is always correct. My first instinct is always correct. So always operate from the first instinct, no matter how weird or crazy you think it is. Trust that first instinct, okay? That inner voice that's like, ha, 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 like this quiet, but very like instinctual intuition. All right. So my first instinct is always correct. The mantra here. The identity authority, the heart decides, we already talked about, and the outer authority, which is the mental projector. And the mantra for a mental projector is, when I can talk things out, I can create more space for my brilliant ideas to flow. When I talk things out, I create more space for my brilliant ideas to flow. So if you're a mental projector, you need a sounding board. Okay, so you need to actually have somebody there to talk your ideas through, or you can use a mirror. So before writing or publishing any content, share your ideas with some friends, with colleagues, and get them to see how they feel about the ideas, okay? See how you feel when you express them. The key here is to talk things through with your sounding board. Only after speaking something through, you'll know if it's correct idea for you. And the reflectors, the lunar authority is the ones that wait 28 days, the whole cycle. The mantra is, my feelings, my thoughts, they're all inner and all knowing. It is all a reflection for someone near me who needs to hear it. So my feelings and thoughts are all knowing. It's all a reflection for somebody who's around me that needs to hear it. So the best thing for the reflectors is to connect the dots between their feelings and their experiences. Okay, so the key for a reflector is to be clear on where your feelings and ideas are coming from, what people from the environment they're coming from, and connecting them to the daily transits. So you can share whatever you're thinking and feeling in the moment, as long as you're clear on where it's coming from. And this will ensure that all your marketing materials is coming across, because you're all knowing and all being.